Parijataya Totravetraikapanaya Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Gitamrita Duhe Namaha. Hare Krishna. Welcome back to our Bhagavad Gita Bhakti Shastri course. We are now going to start with Arjuna's prayers. So, till now, we started with Arjuna's request, then Krishna's description of the universal form. Arjuna's request was verses 1 to 4. Verses 5 to 8 was Krishna's description of the form that he was going to reveal. Then 9 to 14 was Sanjaya's description of the form that was being shown. Then 15 to 31 was Arjuna's description of what he was saying. We had discussed the division within that also, which concluded with a inquiry, a reverential, fearful inquiry. Who are you? And then in the last class, we discussed how the Lord responded, 32 to 35. He told him how, become my instrument essentially. Your victory is guaranteed, act on my behalf. And then the camera moves backwards, and now Sanjay speaks one verse that now Arjuna, while trembling in fear, is speaking verses. So Arjuna speaks prayers to the Vishwarupa, 11 prayers. Let's have an overview of that before we go into those prayers. So 36 to 46 are the prayers. So the first three are glorification, 36 to 38. Then next two, 39 to 40, are the offering of obeisances. Then 41 to 44 is apology. He's begging the Lord, forgive me for taking you for granted, for being so intimate to you. And then last two, 45 to 46, are request. There's a request actually to show the Saumya Rupa, to first show the Chaturbhuja Rupa and then the Dvibhuja Rupa. So let's look at these one by one. Let's go to 36th. Arjuna Vacha Sthane Rishikesha Tava Prakirtya Jagat Prarishatyanurajyate Cha Rakshamsi Bhitani Disho Dravante Sarve Namasyanti Cha Siddha Sangaha. So Sthane Rishikesha. So it is rightly done that Sthane means the Sthan means position. So Sthane means at the right position. So it is rightly done. Everything is rightly done. What is happening? Rishikesh, O Lord, you have the control of the senses. So earlier Arjuna had not been able to place what is this particular form. We discussed how he couldn't identify the Kala Rupa. But now that he's identified the Kala Rupa, then he is now knowing, okay, this is the same Vishnu, this is the same Supreme Lord. So now he's using familiar describers also. Rishikesh. Sthane Rishikesh Tava Prakirtya. Your glories. What happens when your glories are spoken? Jagat Praharishyatyanurajyate Cha. And the whole world becomes, whole universe becomes delighted. Jagat Praharishyatya Anurajyate Cha. So, Anurajyate. So actually two things happen when we glorify the Lord. We become joyful and we become attached to the Lord. Actually, when we glorify the Lord, these two results come out naturally. Our joy increases and our attraction to Him increases. And on the other hand, this is for those who are devotionally inclined, those who are pious minded. But then, Rakshamsi Bhitani Disho Dravanti. But those who are demoniac minded, those who are Rakshasas, Bhitani means fearfully. Disho Dravanti, they run away. Dravanti is to flee. They run away in various directions. And then Sarve Namasyanti Cha Siddha Sangaha. And all the Siddhas, they are offering obeisances to you. And all this is rightly done. So that means general people become delighted when the Lord's glories are sung. And the demons flee, and those who are saintly, they start offering obeisances and welcoming the Lord. And showing respects to the Lord. So all this is appropriately done. Now what is the point of this verse coming just after this? Just after the response of the Vishwarupa. So now Arjuna is able to make sense of what he had seen. Actually, he saw initially that actually everybody was pravititantaratma. That all the three lokatrayam pravititastathaham. The word pravititas is used twice in the series of verses from 15 to 31, 20th and again I think 24th verse. So pravitata, disturbed. So actually, wow, he's now thinking back and he's saying, actually when the Lord appears, what happens? There are typical reactions. Now those typical reactions may not happen when the Lord appears in a very fearsome form. So, but in general, this is what happens. And he says, this is the demoniac become fearful, the general people become jubilant, and the sages start offering praise. This is all sthane, this is all rightly done. Actually, there are, in the Vedic culture, there are different kinds of raksha mantras. So, there are mantras to protect oneself from bad omens, from ghosts. Similarly, there are mantras to protecting oneself from rakshasas. So this verse is a part of the Rakshasa Raksha mantras. So that this is meant to that by speaking this verse, the Rakshasas go away. Then further says in the next verse, now everybody is glorifying. So he says, why should they not glorify? Because you are ultimately supremely glorious. Kasmachatena nameran mahatman gariyase brahmanopyadikartre Ananta Devesh Jagannivasa Tamaksharam Sadasat Tatparam Yat. So Kasmachatena, Kasmach, why should they not? Nameran, Mahatman, Nameran means offer obeisances. Mahatman, O Supreme Lord, why should they not offer obeisances to you? Why? Brahmanopya Gariyase Brahmanopya Dikartre. So Gariyase, you are greater than Brahmano. So the word Brahmana, we have to be careful at what it means at different places. It can refer to the Brahmanas, it can refer to the Brahman, the Brahma Jyoti, or it can refer to Brahmaji. So here it refers to Brahmaji. Brahmanopya Adikartre. So actually you are greater than Brahma also. Because Brahma is considered to be a creator, but you are greater than Brahma. You are the supreme creator. You are the Adikartre. And Ananta Devesha Jagannivasa. You are Ananta, you are unlimited, you are Devesha. So you are the Lord, you are the controller of all the gods. Not only are the controller of all the gods, but you are the shelter of the whole universe. And then he says, Tvamaksharam sadasat param yat. Tvamaksharam, you are Akshara. You are infallible, you are imperishable. Sad asat tat param yat. So in this world, there are causes and effects. So causes produce effects, and effects become causes for future chain of effects. And like that, the whole material existence goes on in a chain. But he says, you are transcendental to all this. You are not mixed up in all this. Tamaksharam sadasat tat paramyat. You are beyond all this. So in the first verse, he said, okay, whatever reactions I am seeing, they are appropriate. And this verse, he says, yes, you are supremely worshipable. Even for Brahmaji, you are the shelter of the whole universe, and you are the transcendental to the universe. Then after describing this, he further goes and says, so what is happening here? After first there's glorification going on. After the glorification, there will be obeisances offered. So we will see now the obeisances will begin from the next verse. 36 to 38, 3 verses are the verses of glorification. Tomaditeva Purusha Puranas Tomasya Vishwasya Param Nidhanam Vetasi Vedyam Cha Param Cha Dhama Tvayatatam Vishwamananta Rupa. So Tomadideva, you are the original God. Purusha Puranas, you are the original primeval person. Tomasya Vishwasya Param Nidhanam, you are the shelter of the whole universe, supreme shelter. Vetasi Vedyam Cha Param Cha Dhama. So Vetasi Vedyam Cha. Vetasi means you are the knower and you are the knowable. You are the person who knows everything, and you are the person who are to be known by everyone. This is an interesting relationship, that actually everything about everyone Krishna knows, because he is omniscient. He is present as the super soul in the heart, and Abhigya Swarat. He is Abhigya Swarat. And Charteshu Abhigya Swarat. He is directly and indirectly cognizant of everything. So now he is cognizant of everything directly. What does it imply? It implies that he knows everything. So the Tasi, so he knows everything. At the same time, we can know so many things in this world. we can know about, we can take a mic in front of us, and somebody can do a PhD thesis in the mic itself. Now, what should be the composition of the mic? What should be the angular alignment of the mic? What should be the resonance? Or what should be the mic strength? And so many things parameters we can use to try to understand how the ideal mic should be. And all this knowledge can be useful. But it is not ultimate knowledge. It is not the knowledge that can grant us supreme happiness. It cannot take us out of material existence. So the only Tameva vidvan ati mrityumeti nanya pantha vidyate ayanaya. So in the Shrutis it says Tameva vidvan, only by knowing him ati mrityumeti, one goes beyond mrityu. Otherwise nanya pantha vidyate ayanaya, otherwise there is no path to go, no way to go beyond this. So therefore what happens? And so he's saying Vetasi Vedyam cha. So you are the supreme object to be known. Actually speaking, many objects can be made objects of knowledge, but none of those objects of knowledge can benefit us as completely as knowing about Krishna. Param cha dhama, and you are the supreme shelter. And then Tvaya tatam vishwamananta rupa, Tvaya tatam, and you have manifested, by you the whole universe is pervaded. Tvaya tatam vishwam ananta rupa. Tatam is pervaded. Vishwam. So you are having ananta rupa. So here now it's interesting, the Vishwa Rupa. So what does it actually mean? Is that universe God? The universe is the form of God. So what does it mean? Is it like the Lord of the soul and the Lord of the soul and the universe is the body of the Lord, or what does it mean? So Tvaya tatam vishwam ananta rupa. So it says Tvaya, by you the whole universe is pervaded. But then after that immediately is Vishwa Rupa. So actually Vishwa is your Rupa. So actually this is, in this revelation, it's mystical. Is it that the Lord is not just the soul within the universe, that He is always there. The super soul who is present in our body, that is Shirodaksha Vishnu. Similarly, the Garbhodaksha Vishnu is the super soul in the whole universe, super soul of the whole universe. So that is always true, but in this particular form, it is not just that the Lord is pervading everything as a super soul. That is also definitely true. Tvaya tadam vishwam ananta rupa. Yes, you have pervaded the universe, but then you are manifesting as this ananta rupa also. You are manifesting as this unlimited form. And then he goes on to describe, now he starts offering obeisances. So the first three verses were glorification, praise, and there are obeisances. Vayuryamo agnirvaruna shashankah prajapatistvam pramitamahascha namo namaste tu sahasra krutva punascha bhuyopi namo namaste. So Vayuryamo agnir. So now here this control is conveying that actually whatever are the manifestations of power in this world, ultimately they are the Supreme Lord. That doesn't mean that there is an absolute oneness, but there is a connection in the sense that those are the vibhutis of the Lord and the Lord's power is manifested through them. So Vayur, Yamo, Agnir, so wind, then Yama is the controller, it can refer to Yamaraj. Agnir, fire, Varunah, Shashankah, the god of water, moon, Prajapatistam Prapitamahascha. So Prajapati refers to, Prabhupada translates Brahma, and the great grandfather. So here, now he says Namo Namaste to Sahasra Krutva. Therefore Sahasra Krutva, I offer obeisances many times to you, Sahasra Krutva. And after offering obeisances to you again and again, Shata is 100, Sahasra is 1000. So thousands of obeisances are offered to you. And then because all these devatas are worshipable, but you are the source of the power and the glory of all the devatas. So if you offer obeisances once, twice, thrice to the many devatas, to all the different devatas, if you are manifested one time, then you offer obeisances to you. So many Sahasra Kutva. And even that is not enough. Therefore, Punascha bhuyo pinamo namaste. I offer you obeisances thousands of times, and yet again I offer you obeisances. And now we will describe, normally when we go to a temple, we will offer obeisances to the deities. But here, when he's offering obeisance to Vishwarupa, where does he offer obeisance? Vishwarupa is everywhere. If you look at the front, you look at the back, you look at the right, you look at the left. So everywhere Vishwarupa is there. So where do you offer obeisances? So therefore he will say in the next verse, I offer obeisances from the front, from the back, from all directions I offer you obeisances. That's the next verse in the prayers. Namah purastad atha prushtataste namostute sarvata eva sarva ananta viryamita vikramastvam sarvam samapnoshi tatosi sarvaha. Namah purastad. Namah purastad means from the front. Atha prushtataste, from behind. So from front, from behind, I offer obeisances. Namah purastad atha prushtataste namostute sarvata eva sarva. Namostute sarvata. I offer obeisances from all directions to you. Ananta viryamita vikramastvam. Ananta virya. Ananta virya is your strength is unlimited. Amita Vikrama, and Vikrama is force, the force by which wonderful things are done. Your force is Amita, it's unlimited. Amita Vikramastvam. So basically, you are incredibly powerful. Therefore, I offer you obeisance. I offer obeisance from front, from back, from all directions, because you are everywhere right now. And Sarvam Samapnoshi Tatosi Sarvaha. So you are Sarvaha, you are everything. But in what sense are you everything? It's not a simplistic equalization of everything with God. He says, Sarvam Samapnoshi. Actually, you pervade everything and therefore you are everything. So, in that sense, that everything is a abode for you. Everything is an arena where you pervade. Therefore, it is that you are extraordinary. Sarvam Samapnoshi. Sarvam Samapnoshi. You pervade everything. And tatosi sarvaha, tatosi sarva. Therefore, you are everything. Now, here, now, Prabhupada quotes from the Vishnu Purana in the verses. He says, 1969, Yoyam tavagato deva, samipam devata ganaha, satvam eva jagat srashta, yata sarvagato bhavan. So, Yoyam tav agato deva. Tav agato means in front of you whoever comes. Samipam devata ganaha. So even if he is one of the devatas, like an ordinary human beings can approach you, but even if it is a devata who approaches, actually Satvam eva jagat srashta. You are the creator of the whole universe. And because you are the creator of the universe, you are creator of everything and everyone within the universe. Yata sarvagato bhavan. And sarvagato bhavan. So in that sense that actually you are all pervading, because you are the creator and controller of everything. So you are all pervading also. So after offering obeisances, so now Arjuna is thinking, I behaved so intimately with this absolute truth. I treated him like a friend. So now he's offering apologies. Sakheti matva prasabham yaduktam. He Krishna, he Yadav, he Sakheti, Ajanata Mahimanam Tavedam, Maya Pramadat Pranayena Vapi, Yachavaha Sarthamasat Krutosi, Viharashayasana Bhojaneshu, Eko Tavapya Chuttat Samaksham, Tatkshame Twamaham Aprameyam. So, Sakheti Matva, I thought of you as friend. And prasabham means it was presumptuous on my part to do like this. Sakheti matva prasabham yaduktam. Prasabham yaduktam. So I presumptuously addressed you as what? Hey Krishna, hey Yadav, hey Sakheti. Hey Krishna, hey Yadav, hey Sakheti. So I address you as, oh Krishna, ho Sakha, ho Yadava. So Vishwanath Thakur explains that what is the meaning of this? He says that actually, I thought that I am a member of the ruling dynasty. I am a king, but you are not the king. You are simply a member of the royal family. Now Ugrasen is the king, your grandson, and just one member among the many Yadus. So actually, I have done a favor to you by befriending you. That's how I was thinking. Hey Krishna. So I would say you are not Yaduraj. You are not the are the greatest among the Yadus. You are just one of the Yadus. Hey Krishna, hey Yadava. So, oh Krishna, you are Yadava. Actually, I thought that I had done a favor to you by making you a Sakha. Because I thought that I'm a greater Kshatriya than you. So, he says, actually, this was such a terrible error of judgment from me. What was it? Ajanata mahimanam tavedam. Ajanata, I did not know. Mahimanam tavedam. Your glory I did not know. And then maya pramadat pranayena vapi. So when I spoke this, when I thought of myself as superior to you and I spoke presumptuously to you, what was the reason for such presumptuous behavior? He says it could be pramada, it could be pranaya. Pramad means it could be madness, it could be love. So here, when Arjuna is apologizing to the Lord, he is not making another presumption of claiming that I love you. He says love is a possibility, it could be madness also. Whatever it is, he says I beg forgiveness from you. So here we see that the rasa is changing. We generally don't see that in the Sakhya Rasa in Vrindavan, ever the Gopas apologizing to Krishna. Their relationship are very close. They tease Krishna, they wrestle with Krishna, sometimes they defeat Krishna also. So actually in the Gopal Champu, Jiva Goswami describes that after Krishna defeated all the wrestlers of Kamsa, he defeated Mushtikasura Chanura Madhya Malla Yuddha Visharadaha. All those who were Malla Yuddha Visharada. In wrestling they were all experts. And he defeated all of them. So after defeating them, some of them were destroyed, some of them remaining fled. And Krishna called all his friends on the wrestling arena and he wrestled with them. And just to increase the vexation of Kamsa, Krishna was defeated by his wrestling friends. And the Gopas in wrestling, Krishna was defeated. Kamsa was mortified. He said, my trained champion wrestlers, they were killed by these children and these children are defeated by other children. What is going on over here? So the Sakhiras of the Vrajavasis is called as Vishrambha Sakhya. It is very intimate Sakhya. So their Sakhya is very rarely, if ever, covered over by knowledge of Krishna's divinity. For them, Krishna is just a lovable child among them. So, whereas Arjuna, now he is actually praying to the Lord, offering obeisances, bowing down and seeking forgiveness. So this is called as Gaurava Sakhya, where there is awareness of the greatness of the person. It's Gaurava Sakhya and there's Vishrambha Sakhya. So this is Vishrambha Sakhya, which the Vrajavasis exhibit. So Arjuna is exhibiting here Gaurava Sakhya. Now, of course, from our point of view, Sakhya itself is a very exalted platform. So these sort of subtle differences are just to understand how relishable and intricate intimate the relationships in Vrindavan are. But overall, the point is here that Arjuna is offering obeisances and begging forgiveness. And then he further describes what was so bad. It was not just that I addressed you with derision in my mind, but actually even in even other times also. Yacha vahasartham asatkritosi. Acha, along with that hasartham, for the sake of joking, what did I do? Asatkritosi. Asatkrita means I acted improperly. So what was that? Vihara shayyasana bhojaneshu. So vihara, so they were friends, so sometimes they would lie down together. Vihara, they would play together. Shayyasana bhojaneshu, they would sit together, they would take food together. So at that time, what would happen? Ekothavapya chuttat samaksham. Sometimes when we are alone, I spoke teasingly to you, I made fun of you, I derided you. Of course, it's all out of love. But then, sometimes I did it even in the presence of others. Sometimes when friends meet, there can be a little banter. Just friendly talk, light talk, there may be teasing, there may be mutual joking and fun over there. But at other times, there are other kinds of talks also. which will be much more serious. Yachavahasartham asat krutosi. This is what I spoke was not appropriate. Ekothava apyachut tat samaksham. So you are Achyut, my dear Lord. I'm not Achyut. I can commit mistakes. You don't commit mistakes. So you please forgive me for my mistakes. Tat samaksham tat ksamaye tvam aham aprameyam. So tat ksamaye tvam. Please forgive me. I ask Shama for that. So Arjuna, when he understands how great his friend is and how powerful he is, he's thinking that actually I have acted erroneously. I have erred grievously by talking so intimately with Krishna. So please forgive me. Tat ksamaye tvam. So after requesting Arjuna to forgive, then he is now further giving the rationale why you should forgive me. So he's saying Pitasi lokasya chara charasya tamasya pujyasya gurur gariyan natvat samostya abhidika kutonyo lokatrayepya pratima prabhava. So Pitasi lokasya chara charasya. So you are the father of all the world. And in the world, you are the father of the chara and the achara, of the moving and the non-moving, everyone. Tamasya pujas chagarir gurur gariyan. So pujas means worshipable. Tamasya pujas gurur gariyan. So you are more worshipable, you are the most worshipable among all worshipable people. Gariyan, glorious. Natat samostya, there is no one equal to you. Therefore, abhidika kuto anyo. Where can there be anyone greater than you? So he's saying how foolish I was to think that you are just a Yadava and I am greater than you. That is such an absurd idea I had. He said actually nobody can even be equal to you. How can somebody be superior to you? So, and then he says Lokatrayepya pratima prabhava. In fact, your prabhava, your power, your influence, it is apratima. It has actually no comparison, no parallel. Prabhupada translates that you are immeasurably powerful, oh immeasurable power. Lokatrayepya. Actually, there is no comparison, not just on earth, but in all the three worlds. We've seen how the Virat Rupa is pervading all the vision, all the lokas, everything is included within him. So his power is far greater than anyone else's power. So here he's saying the implication will be that actually it's a mistake that I am a child. So Pitasi, you are the Pita, I am the child, so please forgive me. So now Prabhupada quotes some verses to establish how actually natat samostya abhidika kuto anya. So there is no one equal to or superior than him. So natat samostya abhidika kuto anyo. So actually if nobody can be equal, how can anyone be superior to him? So Prabhupada quotes from Shitashatra Upanishad for that. Natasya karyam karanam cha vidyate natat samascha abhyadikascha drishyate. So the first is not directly related. He doesn't do any work. But second is natat samas, there's nobody equal to him. Cha abhyadikascha drishyate. Nowhere can we see anyone greater than him. And then Prabhupada quotes from the Gita also, the famous verse. Tatvati tatvataha. We should know in truth. And then, therefore, now he concludes his request for for forgiveness with obeisances and with an example of how, 3 examples in fact, of how within intimacy things can be forgiven. Tasmat pranamya pranidhaya kayam prasadaye tvam ahamisha medyam piteva putrasya sakheva sakhyo priya priyaya rasideva sodhum. So tasmat pranamya. Therefore, I offer obeisances to you. Pranidhaya kayam. Pranidhaya kayam. That means I lay down and offer obeisances to you. Prasadaye tvam amisha medyam. Prasadaye tvam. Have mercy on me, my dear Lord. Tvam isha medyam. You are the Isha. You are the controller. You are the most worshipable person. Idyam. Prasadaye tvam. So you are worshipable, you are controller, and you can forgive me. So I offer obeisances, I bow down to you, please forgive me. And then he gives 3 examples. Piteva putrasya. So whenever there is intimacy, earlier he had said that Maya pranadat pranayena vapi. So it could either be all madness out of love. So now Arjuna is saying actually it was out of love. And in love, how sometimes there can be some intimate speech which is not to be considered offensive. So he gives examples. Piteva putrasya, that just as there's a father, when the son speaks, the son behaves slightly inappropriately with the father forgives. Sakheva sakhyu. So just as when there are friends close to each other and friends may taunt each other, friends may tease each other, and that is also they forgive each other. And then Priya Priyayar Hasideva Sodhum Priya Priyaya. So actually when a very loving husband and wife are there, so at that time the lover forgives the beloved. So the beloved may speak within love, the beloved may get angry and chastise, speak strong words. So at that time, or speak in the intimacy of love, may speak in a teasing way. So if somebody else could have spoken that. So for example, in love somebody says, "You are a rascal." Now you are a rascal. Now the words are strong, but I've spoken with love. So the emotion, there's actually no anger over there. Somebody says angrily, "I love you." Oh, the very words are saying, "I'm angry with you," and "I love you" has no meaning when said like that, isn't it? So actually, sometimes even within love, when there is some inappropriate words spoken, actually the love is so great that the inappropriate words don't matter, and we overlook those inappropriate words because we see the heart that is there. Generally speaking, when there is love, there is trust, and when there is trust, then one sees the intentions beyond the actions. And even if the actions are not proper, one sees the intentions and one understands. Yes, okay, that person actually meant well. Somehow, some words came out wrong at that time. Some actions went wrong. So, generally speaking, we see the good intentions and overlook the bad actions when there is trust. But when there is no trust, at that time, even when there are good actions, we wonder what are the intentions. Maybe this person is doing some flattery. This person is doing sycophancy so that the person can extract something out of me. So at that time, when even if the person does good actions, when there is no trust, then everything in the relationship is like walking in a landmine. If we are walking in an area, on a warfield or somewhere where we suspect that the enemy might have put some mines. So you just put one step and boom, there might be a big explosion. Our leg might be blown off, or even our head might be blown off. Disasters can occur. So actually speaking, when the trust level is low among people, at that time, one just everything is suspect. So bad actions, immediately we infer, this person wants to put me down only. And bad actions, immediately we infer there was bad intentions. And we don't take into account at all the fact that there might be accidentally wrong actions that might have happened. We just assume bad actions, they must be bad. I knew that person like that one. That person hates me. That's why that person does like this. And then, even when there are good actions, then what happens is one still suspects. There must be some ulterior motive. So here he's saying actually, but when there is love, in love naturally there are actually good actions only. When two people love each other, then they speak sweetly, they behave kindly, they care for each other. But at times, when there is love and sometimes there is bad action, that is also forgiven. So he's saying that out of love, my dear Lord, please forgive me. Even if I have spoken inappropriately, just as a son forgives, just as a parent forgives the son, just as a friend forgives a friend, just as a lover forgives the beloved, similarly, please forgive me. So now, in one sense, these may seem like the three rasas, Vatsalya, Sakhya and Madhurya. They seem to be, the last two are similar, but the first is not. In Vatsalya, the Lord is the son, and the devotee is the parent. But here it's saying, this is the father forgives the son. So this is the first part, is the opposite of Vatsalya. So here it's talking about the normal, in the Western religions, to the large extent this idea is there. And it's not alien to the Indian religious tradition also. It's also there, also that the idea that God is the father and we are his children. So Priya Priyayar Hasideva Sodhum. So like this, my dear Lord, Deva Sodhum, please tolerate whatever I may have done wrong and forgive me. Forgive me. So Kshamaye Tvam, he talked in the earlier verse. Now he's emphasizing, please forgive, my dear Lord. So as devotees, whenever possible, we should act upon a positive way. And by positive actions, by positive interactions, then we create good trust level. And there's good trust level, and even if there are accidental slips, we understand, okay, so just accidental, it doesn't matter so much. And we keep moving forward in our spiritual life. Adrishti. So now actually, the next two verses, he's making a request. These two prayers, let us look at those prayers. Adrishta purvam rishitosmi drishtva bhayena cha pravititam mano me tadeva me darshaya deva rupam prasida devesha jagan nivasa. So devesha jagan nivasa, this part had come earlier also. Prasida, you are the Lord of the gods, and Jagan Nivasa, you are the shelter of the universe. But here the context is Adrishta Purvam. So earlier while in Arjuna, in Krishna's self-description of what he's going to see, the first time the word Adrishta Purvam had come. That this what you're going to see is, nobody has seen this. So now Arjuna is repeating that, yes, Krishna, what you showed me is, it's extraordinary. It's not just extraordinary, it's unique. You've not shown this to anyone. Adrishta Purvam Rishitosmi Drishtva Rishitosmi Drishtva. Rishito means actually to see things that you have bestowed such an extraordinary, unparalleled, unique mercy on me, and you have revealed something so rare and special to me. I'm Rishitosmi Drishtva. Yes, on seeing this Rishito, I have become jubilant, I'm delighted, I'm gladdened. At the same time, Bhayena cha pravititam mano me. Actually, still my mind is, by fear, it is bhayena pravititam. It is tormented. So why is it tormented? Why is it tormented? Because he has seen this Kala Rupa. And this Kala Rupa, things were so fearsome, so deadly. Seeing all the blood coming out, the heads getting smashed, the blood being licked, and the teeth coming out. And it's a gruesome form. So bhayena cha pravititam mano me. So earlier he had said, actually, when before the Kala Rupa was seen, the Vishwarupa was being seen, Vismita Shaiva Sarve. So that time Vismita, amazement was there, but that amazement soon changed into agitation, trepidation, and then mortal fear there was. So he's saying, I'm troubled by fear now. So what you have shown is very rare and special, but still I am fearful. Tadeva me darshaya. Please show me, my dear Lord, darshaya deva rupam. Oh God, show me the form. Which form? Prasida devesha jagan nivasa. So please show me your form. Now which form? Tadeva me darshaya deva rupam. Deva rupam means your form, as the Prabhupada translates as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here you showed me the Vishwarupa. I am grateful to you for that. But please show me your form as the Supreme Lord. So the point here is, this request is significant. Normally in this world, big is thought to be better. And if somebody has a TV with 2 channels, and then the person gets a TV with 100 channels, when will people say that, oh please, I don't want this, give me this TV with 2 channels. Generally the more it is, the better it is. That's not how the idea is in material world. So if somebody has seen a form of God with 2 hands, and now after that you see a hand form with hundreds, thousands of hands. So now we wonder, the bigger is better, isn't it? Such an awesome form. But as Prabhupada said, a devotee is not interested in the godless display of opulence. You can't reciprocate love with that. So therefore Arjuna is saying, please show me your form as the Supreme Personality of God. Please have mercy on me. O Prasida Devesha Jagan Nivasa. You are the Lord of the universe, so please show me that form, the normal form. So now it is described that actually he is asking for the Sudhira Chaturbhuja. So that request comes in the next verse. So what does he want to do? He wants to, why does Arjuna asking for this Sudhira Chaturbhuja? Actually he wants to make sure that there is no doubt about the divinity of Krishna. So yes, Krishna shows the Virat Rupa and then Krishna shows the Vishnu Rupa also. In that way it's clear that whatever other forms are there, Krishna can manifest all those forms. And in that sense, Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is established. So Arjuna wants to establish that beyond any ambiguity. Kiritinam gadinam chakrahastam ichhami tvam drashtumaham tathaiva tenaiva rupena chaturbhujena sahasrabaho bhava vishwamurte. So Kiritinam gadinam means, so Kiriti refers to the crown, Gadinam refers to the Gada, and Chakrahastam refers to the Chakra, Sudarshan Chakra in the hand, Hasta is hand. So Gada and Chakra are two of the symbols of Vishnu. So by talking about these symbols, it's understood that also the other symbols are referred to. And then Ichhami tvam drashtum, I desire to see, aham tathaiva, that kind of form. And if it is not clear, he makes it even clearer. Tenaiva rupena chaturbhujena. Tenaiva rupena, that form which is chaturbhujena. And then he's saying, Sahasrabaho bhava vishwamurte. So he says, oh my dear Lord, you are Vishwamurte. And as Vishwamurte, you have Sahasrabaho. That means you have right now thousands of mouths. But then from among the thousands of mouths, please display the mouths which are the form which has 4 arms. So now when he requests this, what happens in the next verse is significant, because Sanjaya concentrates the description and he makes it very short. But before Krishna reveals the form, Krishna responds to Arjuna. Let us see how Krishna responds to Arjuna. So Krishna, in a sense, a little bit teases Arjuna over here. So how does it happen? Krishna tells Arjuna, see, you only requested to see this form and I have shown it to you. And this form is so rare, nobody else has seen it. Why do you want to see that other form? See this form only, this is so rare, so special. So Arjuna says, no, I don't want to see this form. I asked you, I'm grateful to you that, but it was a mistake. Your form is so fearsome, I don't want to see it anymore. So Krishna, this form is so rare, by the study of Vedas, by this, by that, you cannot get this form, this is so rare. He says, no, I will never again ask you for this form, my dear Lord, please don't show it to me. So fearsome that he becomes frightened. It's like earlier I gave the example that somebody is watching a movie and it's a horror movie and some ghastly creature is devouring everyone on the screen. And suddenly you find that the destruction is happening not on some just sets in the screen, the destruction is happening in the room where you are staying only. The room, the walls and the other people in the room, they're all getting devoured. And then you feel like, what kind of terrible horror channel is this? I don't want to see it. And you try to turn on the channel so that you browse and go to another channel. And then the remote freezes. You can't change the channel only. You want to, I don't want to see this. It's horrible. It's as if next time I'm going to be destroyed. So, but you just can't move forward. So for Arjuna, he himself asks, please show me the Vishwarupa. And he sees the Vishwarupa, and after that he is not able to digest it. It's so frightening. And he says, my dear Lord, I don't want to see it. Krishna said, no, see it. It's so special. No, I don't want to see it. It's enough. I don't want it. So like that Arjuna says, begs to Krishna. So that's what is happening in the dialogue which is implied in the next three verses. So this is the next verses are actually the response of Bhagavan. Till now, although the word used is Bhagavan, till now it is the Vishwarupa speaking only. So 32, 33, 34 was also Vishwarupa speaking, and now also it is the Vishwarupa speaking. So Maya prasannena tavarjunedam rupam param darshitam yogat tejo mayam vishwamanantamadyam yanme tudanyena drishtapurvam. So Maya prasannena, by me happily, tava arjunedam. So happily, O Arjuna, have I shown you unto you what I have shown? Rupam param darshitam atma yogat. Atma yogat, by my own mystical potency, by my internal potency, I have shown you the form which I had asked for. And this is param darshitam. It is actually a great form. It is a transcendental form. Tejo mayam vishwamanantamadyam. Tejomayam. It is effulgent, it is blazingly effulgent. Vishwam, it pervades the entire universe. It is Anantamadhyam. All these are the same, similar epithets to what Arjuna himself has used to glorify the Vishwarupa. So Krishna is trying to drive home the point, actually this is very rare what I have given you. And then again to emphasize it, Yanme tvadanyen nadrushta purvam. What I have shown you, tvadanyen. Apart from you, nadrushta purvam. I have not shown it to anyone else. So it's so rare, it's so special. So Arjuna, happily I have shown this form to you, and this form is supreme, it is original, it is extraordinary, and actually apart from you, no one else I have shown it to you. So after now, Prabhupada mentions how Duryodhana was shown, but he was not shown the Kala Rupa. These forms are different from what was shown to Duryodhana. So now after this he will describe actually that this form is very rare to see. So it cannot be seen by any ordinary means. Na veda vyagya dhayanai nadanair na chakriya bhena tapo bhirugrai evam rupa shakyaham riloke drashtum tadanyena kuru pravira. So na veda yagya dhayanai nadanair by the study of, by doing of Veda Yajna, by doing sacrifice as mentioned as Adhyanai, by the study of Vedas, Danair, by the giving of charity. And then similarly, Kriya Abhirna Tapo Bhirugrai, that not by the performance of Kriya. Kriya refers to Karmakanda activities or pious activities, nor by the performance of great austerity. Tapo Bhirugrai, Ugrai, severe austerities. By none of these can one know the Supreme Lord. And here is talking about not knowing the Supreme Lord in the form of the Virat Rupa. Evam Rupa. So at this point, Evam Rupa refers to the form which is still being manifested, and that form is the form of the Virat Rupa. Shakyaham Riloke. Actually, on the earthly planetary system, I cannot be seen like this. Drashtum tadanyena Kuru Pravira. So Kuru Pravira, O best among the Kuru warriors, apart from you, nobody has seen it. So Krishna is describing, is building up to the point that the visions of the Lord are not very easy to see, to get the darshan of the Lord. And those darshans, they do not come because of any material endeavors. Now we may wonder actually, Veda, Yajna, Dhayanair, Nadanair, all these are material endeavors. Well, the word material can have various connotations. The word material can be as contrasted to spiritual. And in that sense, that which is not spiritual will be material. But often we use the word material in terms of materialistic. And generally materialistic will refer to those people who live in passion and ignorance. So those who live in goodness, they have human sensitivity. And they have the human thoughtfulness and discrimination. So their activities can be material or they can be spiritual. That two possibilities are there for everyone. But in general, those who are in passion and ignorance will mostly act materialistically. So Tadanyena Kuru Pravira. Apart from you, nobody else has seen this form. It can be seen only through mercy. Now, after describing this, Prabhupada basically explains all the characters in the purports, all the words in the purport. He explains many of them systematically. And now Arjuna, actually, the main point of both the verses is that actually such a rare form, it cannot be seen by anyone. So why do you want to give it up? So here Chakravarti Pada explains that Arjuna says in his mind that he's responding to Krishna, Krishna, no, I don't want to see this form, please free me from this. So then Krishna will respond to that. And this verse is Krishna's response. Mahate vyatha macha vimudha bhavo durishtva rupam ghoram ugram mamedam vyapet bhi pritamana punastvam tadeva me darshayidam tadeva me rupamidam prapashya. So Mahate vyatha, do not get into trouble. Macha vimudha bhava. Let there not be any bewilderment. Drishtva rupam ghoram idrin mamedam. So Drishtva, on seeing this rupam ghoram, on seeing this ghora rupa, idrin mamedam, the form which I am showing you, this ghora rupa, on seeing it, let there not be any bewilderment. So this is a frightful ghora rupa, and let the vimudha bhava, let the bewilderment, let the fear, all let it go away. Vyapeta bhi means let the fear go away. Prita manaha. So once the fear goes away, then the mind becomes peaceful. Prita manaha punastvam. So again, he's saying, the Lord is offering a sort of blessing through all these statements. So punastvam, that you become peaceful once again, satisfied in the mind. And then tadeva me rupamidam prapashya. So through his points over here, Krishna is reassuring Arjuna. Actually, no, you are my dear devotee. There is no need for you to get overwhelmed. There is no need for you to become fearful. No fear, no bewilderment. Just the form that will pacify you. Please see that form now. That's what he tells in the verse. So, Prabhupada writes in the point that purport that devotee is not much interested in the universal form, for it does not enable one to reciprocate loving feelings. So actually, Virat Rupa is so Virat, as the Vishwarupa is so wide, so all-pervading that you just don't know, what do I love, whom do I love, how do I converse, what do I do actually to express love? It's very difficult to reciprocate love. And Krishna is a person, and we can talk with him, we can offer our love to him through practical service. Now this is a verse in which, again, what is happening? Third time in the same chapter, the camera is now moving back to Sanjaya. So first time it happened from verse 9 onwards. And second time it happened just for one verse in verse 35. And now it is happening for third time when the events are to be described. See, when there are conversations going on, unless the persons themselves narrate the events, it will not, unless they themselves give a running commentary, people will not be able to understand what is happening if they are only hearing about it. That's why, if cricketers are playing a cricket match, then the cricketers are so busy playing, they cannot offer a running commentary. Batsman can say, oh, now the bowler is bowling and now I have hit a sixer. Their attention will get distracted. So it's normally when we are doing actions, at that time we are not giving a commentary of the action, we are only doing actions. And someone else who observes can describe the actions. So now if there is a recording done, say, then actually my actions and your actions both can be seen, and then they can be recorded and reported. But if you are only focusing on the conversation that is happening, okay, this person said this person said this, then at that time that conversation cannot reveal the action. So to reveal the action, the camera has to be the same camera which is focusing only on the conversation. That camera moves backward to some other conversation in which this action is seen and described. So therefore, now in this verse what happens is, Krishna actually in one verse itself displays the Chaturbhuja Rupa and then also displays the Dvibhuja Rupa. Let us look at how it happens. Sanjaya Vacha Ityarjunam Vasudevas Tathoktva Sakamrukam Darshayamas Bhuya Ashvasayamas Chabhitamenam Bhutva Punha Saumya Vapur Mahatma. So Ityarjunam, in this way, after speaking to Arjunam, Vasudevas Tathoktva. And after speaking to Vasudev, then what happened? Swakam Rupam, one's own form, Darshayamas Bhuyaha, Darshayam, after revealing Asabhuyaha. So Swakam Rupam, what does it refer to? Actually Vasudev has many forms, and one of the forms is, we just showed earlier the diagram in which actually Vishnu is, we see that actually there is Krishna, then there is Balram, then Vasudeva Sankarshan Pradyumna Viruddha, then Narayan, and then after Vasudeva Sankarshan Pradyumna Viruddha. So now this Vasudeva expansion is a Vishnu Murti in the spiritual world. When here Vasudeva is being referred, that is not referring to the Vasudeva expansion. It is referring to Krishna only because he is the son of Vasudeva, so he is called as Vasudeva. From Vasudeva comes Vasudeva. So Ityarjunam Vasudevas Tathoktva. So Vasudeva spoke like this and then Vasudeva revealed. So Swakam Rupam. So actually from him has come the Vishnu Rupa. So he shows the Vishnu Rupa. Darshayam Asabhuyaha. And then in this way, oh my dear Lord, my dear devotee, do not be afraid, do not be bewildered. Ashvasayamasa. Ashvasan. Somebody when is anxious, and some patient is very anxious, the patient comes to doctor, doctor says, everything will be alright. We know how to treat. We'll give the medicine, things will become alright. Ashvasayamas. Bhitamenam. Bhitamenam. Actually Arjuna was fearful at this point. So what happens when he is fearful? Bhutva puna. Bhutva puna. And then after it again, what did he become? Saumya vapur. Mahatma. Saumya vapur. That means the sweet form. That was manifested. So how is the sweet form manifested over here? Saumya Rupa means Saumya is mellow, soft, sweet form. That refers to the form of the Lord as the two-handed Krishna. So that means at the start of this verse there is Virat Rupa. Then by the time the first two lines get over, and that the Virat Rupa has changed to the Vishwa Rupa. So the Virat Rupa changes to Vishnu Rupa, Chaturbhuja Rupa. And then from Chaturbhuja Rupa, by the end of the third and fourth lines, the Vishwarupa changes to the Vishwarupa changes first to Vishnu Rupa, and from Vishnu Rupa changes to Krishna Rupa. So that Krishna Rupa is referred to as Saumya Vapur, Mahatman. Now Arjuna will speak. What does Arjuna say? So he says, yes, now I am seeing. Drishtvedam manusham rupam tava saumyam janardana idanim asmi samrittaha Sacheta prakritim gataha. So drishtvedam drishtva idam. Seeing here manusham rupam, the human form. So now can Krishna's form be called as human form? Yes, Krishna's form can be called as human form. Krishna's form cannot be called as material form. Human form means that actually Krishna has two hands, two legs, Krishna has a head. Krishna certainly doesn't have the canine form, a form like a dog, or a bovine form, a form like a cow. Krishna can come in some incarnations in which he can have any kind of form. But his normal original 200 form is a human form. So to say that Krishna has a human form is not offensive. To say Krishna has a material form is incorrect. And to say that Krishna's material form is there, but it is an illusory cover, and one has to go beyond the form to the formless, that is not just incorrect, that is offensive. So, Drishtvedam manusham rupam tava saumyam janardana. So the same word saumya is used, soft, gentle, sweet. So previously in the 50th verse, Krishna had said now, or Sanjay had said, Saumya Vapur Mahatma. So that absolute truth has now become Saumya Rupa. So Arjuna is also confirming that. He says, yes, now I am seeing your Saumya Rupa. Tava Saumya Janardana. You are the maintainer of all living. So you have maintained me. I was filled with fear, but now you have ensured that my fear has gone away. Idanim asmi samrittaha. So now samrittaha, I am settled properly. Idanim asmi. I become situated. Sacheta prakritim gataha. Sachetaha. In my consciousness, I have become settled. Prakritim gataha. I have returned to my normal nature. To my own nature. So what is that nature? At a material level, it's the nature of Kshatriya, who is chivalrous and fearless. At a spiritual level, it's the nature of being a loving devotee, rejoicing in the Sangha of the beloved Lord. So both ways he says, now I have returned back to my nature. Sacheta prakritim gataha. So Arjuna is seeing the form of the Lord, and after seeing the form of the Lord, which form is he seeing now? Saumya Rupa, Idanim. And when he sees the Saumya Rupa, he feels peaceful, he feels relieved, because he has such a nightmarish sort of experience. Because seeing that ghastly scene of everybody going into the mouth and blood being all around, it was quite a nerve-wracking scene. And Arjuna says, what has happened? Now that I am seeing your normal form, then I am feeling peaceful. Like this in our life also, sometimes there are huge destabilizations. Suddenly this goes wrong, some relative gets a disease, we lose our job, our health goes down, and then we feel very disturbed. What is this? What is happening? But then gradually, when we understand, Krishna is still there. Nothing has changed as far as my relationship with Krishna is concerned. The material world, things may change. But to the extent we can see the unchanging reality and underlying the changing, to the extent what happened? Sacheta prakritim gataha. The extent will become peaceful. So Arjuna, seeing the familiar form of Krishna, feels grateful. And he says that, thanks, confirms to Krishna. Yes, Krishna was concerned that Ashvasayamasa. He wanted to reassure Arjuna that everything will be alright. So Krishna says, yes. So Krishna wanted to reassure Arjuna. So Arjuna is saying, yes, everything is alright now. Thank you. So now in the next verse, Krishna will speak, and that we will discuss the next 4 verses. That is the conclusion of this chapter, which focuses on bhakti. That we'll discuss in our next class. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.